What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So there's some very interesting things that are happening right now. Want to explain everything that is going on because there are a lot of discussions that are happening and we're not seeing everything that is going on. What's happening is certain lawmakers are giving us insights into their discussions and to the negotiations that they're currently having. But what does this mean? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you in today's video. All I ask is if you enjoy these daily updates, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button, and let's begin. So two of the biggest discussions that we've had lately, and when I say lately, I'm talking about over the last 6 months, we have heard a lot of reports and discussions and negotiations happening for Social Security and for the child tax credit payments. These are two major ones. One, the Social Security increase could potentially be $2,400 per year or $200 per month. Now I say either or because there's two different bills. One is for a $2,400 increase. The other one is for a $200 per month boost to your monthly benefits. That is one thing. The next one is the child tax credit payments. There have been multiple lawmakers discussing and negotiating bringing back the $3,600 child tax credit payment. Now, the $3,600 payment, this is per year. This is not per month, this is per year. That is on the table. Then there's another one where they're discussing sending the $250 or $300 per month payments to parents with children. This is what we did back 2 years ago. This is when we were sending $250 or $300 per month. We did that for 6 months, and then the other, $1,500 or $1,800 would be sent to the family once their parent filed taxes. So these are all part of the discussions. But here's a question that I received the other day. Is this even possible? Is this something that Congress would approve of? Well, first off, would Congress approve of $2,400 per year as a boost to Social Security recipients, or potentially $3,600 for the child tax credit payments to restart? The answer there is actually yes and no. As of right now, okay, we have a war between Russia and Ukraine. The United States is in the middle of it, and we are trying to send more funding to Ukraine. So that right there is causing problems where the United States cannot afford to approve $2,400 as an increase to Social Security or a $3,600 yearly payment to child or for the child tax credits. Now, could it happen in the future? Yes. That's just one issue. The Ukraine-Russia issue is just one issue. Then on top of that, now we have Israel and Gaza. And the United States is now in the middle of that because of Iran. So right now there's a lot of things going on. So to tell you the truth, could we see a $2,400 per year increase to Social Security and a $3,600 per year increase to the child tax credit payments? Right now, the answer is no. No way. Because Congress is prioritizing other things first. Right now, Social Security recipients are still getting their benefits. There is still that $2,000 per year child tax credit. That's still there, but you do have to file taxes. So Congress is prioritizing other things because there are still programs in place for Social Security recipients and for children. Okay. Here's what we know regarding the $2,400 Social Security increase. Both Democrats and Republicans say that they want to do more. They want to provide more benefits to fixed income households. But they are trying to agree on which direction to go. And which direction to go is actually making this discussion very difficult because Republicans say, yes, we are for a $2,400 increase to Social Security recipients. However, we have to find the money. We can't just go and say, okay, taxpayers, you're going to pay for it. Because Social Security is currently in a deficit. We also know that Social Security Trust Fund will become insolvent in the next 10 years. And if we agree to pass legislation that approves of a $2,400 per year increase, that's going to make Social Security's trust fund become insolvent much sooner. Democrats say, yes, we need to find the money, but we could just tax the millionaires and billionaires. That's a simple way. That would create hundreds of billions of dollars in additional funding that we could then use that money and we could go and fund other priorities. Some lawmakers say that then have proposed an outright $2,400 per year increase. Others say $2,400 per year. And this is why this is tricky. A $2,400 per year increase technically wouldn't be an increase because you would have to make money. Okay, you'd have to file taxes, which means you have to make over $25,000 per year. And if you don't, then you will not get this increase. They're actually calling it a tax credit. Okay, others are proposing $200 per month in payments. This would go to every single Social Security recipient, whether or not you pay or you file taxes or not. Biden has also promised $200 per month. However, this is where it gets tricky again. President Biden and Democrats said that they've already provided the $200 boost because, and this is exactly what other lawmakers are saying as well, is let's just cut expenses. If we just cut expenses, bring down medication, that could be better. If we don't tax elderly as much, that could be better. Because right now we have a very strict, tax policy, tax code, right? You make over this much, you pay 10%, make over this much, 12%, whatever, right? It keeps going up and up. But some are saying, well, let's just say after you reach, full retirement age, once you get to age 65, right? Then maybe we don't tax the elderly, right? That would be a savings. That could potentially be a boost. That would be one of the expenses. And I know right now you're probably thinking, well, elderly people don't really get taxed. They do if they make over $25,000 per year. Okay? So again, it's part of the discussions. Now, we know Social Security recipients will not receive an increase unless Congress can find the money. Right now, the discussions are, let's raise the Social Security tax cap. It's currently $160,200. Next year it'll go to $168,000. But some say let's raise it to $250,000. That would bring in a little bit more money, and then we can use that money to provide a little bit of a boost. Would it be $200 per month? Absolutely not. It would most likely be about $50. Okay? It would be about $50 a month. That would be it, but it would be a boost. The other one, could we increase funding by cutting benefits from other programs in order to funnel the money towards Social Security? Democrats say no. Republicans say that this is something that they're open to. Republicans say no, absolutely not. And then there's a mix of raising the Social Security tax cap and also the full retirement age together. Here's the truth. I don't expect an increase to Social Security benefits anytime in the beginning of 2024. I think Congress is going to be busy prioritizing other things. So anything for Social Security will likely be pushed off to the end of 2024. But then keep in mind, we have a presidential election. So the candidates who are running for president are possibly going to promise certain things. And this could be one of the things that they really push for once they take office or he remains in office in the early part of 2025. So experts anticipate something major is going to happen in 2025, but as far as what could it be, honestly, we just don't know. So we'll figure that as we get closer. Let's talk about these $3,600 child tax credit payments. Is this possible? Yes, it's more than possible. This is actually doable. According to experts, they say parents are already receiving $2,000 per child as a child tax credit. This is per year. So adding on the additional $1,600 per year isn't that far out of the question. The big question, though, is should Congress approve of the monthly payments? This is where things get interesting. Now, Republicans have already said that yes, they would go for the child tax credit payments. They would approve of this. They'd even approve of what Democrats have proposed. But the difference is Republicans come out and say, you have to work. There is a certain threshold you have to hit. If you don't make over $10,000 per year, then no, you cannot claim a $3,600 child tax credit. There is a lot of bipartisan support here. But Congress, again, has other priorities, other legislation that they have taken as their priority lately. So until we see these other issues get resolved, I don't think anything happens to this child tax credit payment. Here's what we know. Experts and lawmakers are both asking the question, why is it acceptable for children to be pushed back into poverty? We already pulled them out. When the first payments were starting to be introduced to our economy, right? They got sent out, I believe, in July of 2021. When they got sent out, what happened was it pulled millions of children out of poverty, right? They had food, they had clothing, they had school supplies, everything that they needed. But when the payments ended, both parties asked the question, what's going to happen? Well, over the next 6 months, even the next year, we found that out very quickly. We found out exactly what was going to happen. All these children would fall right back into poverty. Some are food insecure. Some don't have the clothing that they need. Some can't even go to school because they don't have the school supplies that are required. So both parties have been asking the question. Now the question is, what is going to take priority? Is it going to be funding for Ukraine? Is it going to be passing the government funding bill? Is it going to be doing more for children? Doing more for students who have massive student loan debt? That's the question. So, as always, as we get more information, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But this is what is happening now. These discussions are being had every single day. The problem is there's other things that are being prioritized. Whether this is good news or bad news, it is the news. So that's what we got for you guys today. As always, again, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you can do 2 things for me before you leave. First, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. Also, click that subscribe button and tick that notification bell so you never miss an update. But again, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next one.